It's been said that the same people who hurt you cannot heal you. This is a true statement when it comes to the black sheep. If you identify as a black sheep, you identify as a scapegoat, you identify as a chosen one, then this message is for you. And the title is Why It's Important for the Black Sheep to Detach from the Toxic Family Unit Post-Awakening. Okay. But before we get into the message, I'd like to take a moment to say hello and welcome to everyone. If you're new here, I go by the name Inspired Seeker. And on this channel, we discuss spirituality, personal development, and narcissism. So if any of that appeals to you, or if you feel called to, then by all means join us. And I promise you will not regret that decision. Also, I'd like to take a moment to say thank you to one of our fellow subscribers who made a donation in the amount of $100 towards production equipment for the channel. It's greatly appreciated. You know who you are. I'm not going to say your name, but you know who you are. Thank you for this kind gesture. Thank you for this contribution to the channel. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get into the message. So the black sheep, guys. If you identify as the black sheep, some call it the uninvited guest, some call it the family trash can, some call there's a lot of names, scapegoat, right? Black sheep of the family, you take your pick, right? Whatever it is you resonate with. But within every family lineage, there is one black sheep. This individual is usually a chosen one, and they incarnated or reincarnated into that bloodline to help that bloodline transcend certain difficulties that have been running in that bloodline. Okay, these include toxic cycles within the family. Okay, so that's one of the things that they're here to do. And so they incarnate into that bloodline with the purpose of helping that family transcend whatever difficult cycle, whatever toxic cycle that family has been stuck in. Okay, so this is why they're so different. Okay, when it comes to everything, they're different. That's why some people call them the uninvited guests, because they are not like the rest of the family usually. They're not like the rest of their siblings, okay? They may have different ideologies. They may look different. Everything about them is essentially different, all right? They're usually very sensitive. They're usually an empath, okay? And they're very empathic, very sensitive. They're very kind. They're very forgiving. They're very quiet. They're very intelligent, okay? And because of this now, they essentially stick out within that family unit because of all of these qualities that I just mentioned, okay? So the other members of the family may not possess these qualities. And so this is what contributes to them becoming the black sheep, okay? Because they're so kind, they're so quiet, they're so forgiving that they end up getting bullied within that family unit, okay? So they may get blamed for things, okay? They don't get treated equally like the rest of the family members, okay? Like the rest of their siblings, for instance, okay? They may get blamed for things they didn't do. Every time something goes wrong, they're going to look to them to, answer to it. They oftentimes don't get included in things. They don't get invited to family functions and those types of things. And so all of these, coupled with the bullying and, getting picked on by the siblings and the rest of the family members, will result in them self-isolating, okay? Because they'll feel like they're not accepted, right? They're not accepted within their own family. So they'll end up self-isolating to avoid being subjected to more abuse or being subjected to more pain, right? So the black sheep is usually focused on the family, on matters of the family. Okay, so while the rest of the siblings may be off doing their own thing, living their own lives, the black sheep, because of the reason they're incarnated into that bloodline, they'll be very concerned with matters of that family. Okay, and this is what turns them into the family garbage can, because now, rather than the other members of the family dealing with their own issues, they will dump it on the black sheep. Okay, rather than facing whatever it is that they're experiencing in their personal lives, they will end up picking on the black sheep and taking their frustrations out on the black sheep. Okay, so this is why I say they become the family garbage can. In the previous video, I called them the family dump truck. Okay, because everything that's negative, essentially, they look to them. All right, they throw it on them. And the bad part is when the rest of the family need help or anything, they will also look to them. But when the black sheep is in need, there will be nobody there to provide for them. Okay, so over time, they will be getting their energy siphoned to fuel the rest of the family, to keep the rest of the family going. Okay, now, one thing with toxic family dynamics is that in order for the toxic cycles to continue, in order for the toxic patterns to continue, everything has to stay the same. Okay, everybody has to remain the same. Everything has to remain the same. And so any slight interruption will throw the family out of alignment. Okay, it will throw the patterns out of alignment. All right, and this is what the head of the family, be it the narcissistic parents, okay, this is what they would try to avoid. Okay, they would want the children to remain in certain positions to keep the toxic patterns going. Okay, but then once the black sheep awakens, they become even more aware of everything that's been going on within the family. Okay, they might have picked up on certain things pre-awakening, and they might not have taken it serious, or even if they did take it serious and voice their opinion, they were met with denials. They were met with gaslighting. Okay, they were met with even more lies. Okay, and so once they awaken, they will have to take a stand at this point. Okay, because everything that have been going on within the family now is on Front Street. Okay, everything is clear as day. All the patterns, all the toxic patterns, the way that the black sheep's energy is being siphoned to fuel the other members of the family, everything, the way the black sheep is being the family garbage can, everything will become clear as day. Okay, so post-awakening now, when they point these things out and they met with more lies, they met with more gaslighting, they met with more denial, the black sheep is not going to go for it. Okay, the black sheep is not going to go for it because everything is clear as day. All right, and one of the qualities that the black sheep embodies is spotting all of these toxic patterns. Okay, it happens once, twice, three times. It's an ongoing thing. The black sheep always notices these patterns. Okay, so post-awakening, they're not going to go for the gaslighting. Okay, because by now they're probably aware of what narcissism is. You know, they've educated themselves on what toxic family dynamics look like and what narcissism is. And they could see the role that they've been playing within that family all of those years. Okay, so This is why I'm saying it's important for the black sheep to detach from the toxic family dynamic post awakening, because the fact that you are awakened does not mean that the abuse or the manipulation and the toxicity within the family is going to stop. No, it's not going to stop. They're going to gang up on you and they're going to gaslight you even more. Okay, they're going to find different ways to abuse you even more. Okay, so this is why it's very important to detach from that family dynamic. All right, and when this happens, by the way, it will create a massive, massive, massive interruption within that family, because when you do detach, mind you, you've been pouring your energy into the family. You've been pouring your energy into other members of the family. And so when you detach now, you take your energy with you. Okay. And this will throw off the family. All right. This will cause a very massive interruption within that family unit. Okay. Certain individuals may not be able to sustain themselves any longer once you take your energy away. Once you take your power back and take your energy away from that family unit, certain individuals may collapse. Okay. And this is usually the narcissistic parents at the top of the family unit. Okay. They may collapse, but it's rather unfortunate. You have to, at this point, do what's best for you. Okay. You're realizing now that you've been held back, essentially. Okay. While the rest of the family, your siblings may have all gone on to get married and pursue their education, pursue their lives. You've been stuck dealing with family matters. Okay. And so now you're realizing that you're getting older and your life, it feels like your life is being held back. Okay. So at this point, you have to make a decision. All right. And it's wise to detach in order to heal. Okay. This is why I started with that wise saying that the same people who hurt you cannot heal you. Okay. In order for you to embark on your healing, in order for you to heal successfully, you're going to have to detach. Okay. You're going to have to create a space, a safe space of your own in order to heal properly. All right. Because as I mentioned earlier, the fact that you are awakened does not mean that the abuse will stop. Okay. If anything, they're going to come together. Okay. What typically happens when you detach is that the narcissistic parents at the top, they may attempt to hoover you. They may reach out to you and try to get you to come back to the unit, because now you've detached from the unit and you've thrown the unit out of balance. Okay. You've thrown the unit out of balance. So they need you back in the unit. Okay. So they may reach out to you, and should that fail, they may then go with their golden child. All right. Because after the black sheep, there's also a golden child. Okay. They'll go and talk with the golden child and try to get the golden child to reach out to the black sheep. Okay. And this is when you may start receiving calls or messages from your siblings telling you things like, hey, your parents really miss you. You should go visit them sometimes, and all of this other stuff. All these are attempts at a hoover. Okay. Because what's happening now is that once you left the unit, you took your energy with you, and the unit is no longer the same. The unit is out of balance. The unit is malfunctioning. Okay. Because now there's no more garbage can. Okay. There's no more family garbage can. There's nobody there for them to draw from. There's nobody there for them to throw their garbage on. There's nobody there with that good energy for them to siphon. So essentially, they will want to get you back in to keep that family running, to keep that cycle going. Okay. But rest assured, guys, you cannot go back. Okay. This is so important and so vital for your healing. Okay. You are awakened now. So you're seeing everything for what it truly is. All right. You're seeing that all your siblings are living their lives, they're enjoying their life, they're not concerned about what's going on with the family. Okay. So now you have to focus on yourself. First, you have to heal yourself and then establish your life now. Okay. You're like the last one of the bunch, okay, to start your life because you've been concerned with family matters for so long that you essentially sacrificed yourself for the family to thrive. Okay. So, like I said, you're going to get a lot of Hoover attempts, usually from narcissistic parents. And then should that fail, they will reach out to your other siblings and try to get them to Hoover you, okay? Because most of the time, the siblings are going to play the flying monkeys to the narcissist at the top. Okay, so you may start receiving messages and phone calls from these individuals, trying to get you to come back to the unit because now it seems like the family is in a disarray. Okay, but know that your well-being comes first before anything. Okay, you have to put yourself first. You have to heal yourself. And you have to establish yourself. And until you do that, guys, nothing is going to change. All right, you returning to the unit or you staying in the unit is only going to cause you more damage. All right, because like I said earlier, the fact that you awaken does not mean that the abuse and the toxicity is going to stop. Okay. This is something that runs within that family. Okay. And so the fact that you awaken does not mean it's going to stop. All right. All it's going to do is they're going to compound. All right. Because now they're going to come together and they're going to team up and abuse you together. All right. So black sheep, if you identify as a black sheep, if you identify as a chosen one, if you identify as a scapegoat, then know that it's very vital for you to detach from the family unit post-awakening because you need to heal. Okay, you need to go through the healing process and you cannot do it while you're still in the unit. Okay, you are here to break that toxic cycle and you cannot do that while you're still in the unit. You're going to have to step out of the unit, heal yourself, and then break those cycles. All right. So I hope I made it clear enough, guys. Take a moment to share your thoughts and your experiences in the comment section. And if you're new here and you find value in this, then by all means, stick around because there should be another video or playlist popping up somewhere around my head here. Stick around, get more information on the spiritual awakening journey, get more information on narcissism. Other than that, I'll leave this one here, guys. So until next time, peace, love, and more life.